Hello everybody. Today we're going to show you how to can your own peaches. Don is getting ready here. Here are the peaches in the canner, and he's getting all the jars ready and everything. And I will put a link in the description to the recipe he is using to can these peaches. But he's getting everything all set. Okay, Don is going to do step one now, which explains step one.
Step one, time to clean the peach.
Yeah.
Yeah, peachy time. Yeah.
And tell them what you'll do with things like this.
Oh, bad spot?
Yeah, you're not going to throw that peach in the garbage.
No, not the whole peach, no. Just cut out the bad spot. No.
Yeah, so if you have any with spots on them, don't waste the whole peach.
Yep, just cut out the bad spot, throw the bad spot away. Look, I got a bucket right here for doing it.
Yep.
And pop the potato. And peel it.
Yep.
What you want them, the riper they are, the easier they are to peel. So you want them nice and ripe. But
Okay.
I expect it's going to get messy too with peach juice, so...
Yeah, that's why I put that apron on you.
Yeah. So expect that. So there's... Oh, can't do that.
Okay, now take one that's normal.
Just keep on repeating the process until all your peaches are clean.
Yep.
Peel them, whatever, hit them.
Yep.
Fun. Yeah.
And he has all of these to do, so we're not going to make you sit through that. So
No.
that is step one.
Yeah, this is step one, but we'll see you at step two.
Okay, he has the peaches all cleaned now.
Okay, well, now as you see, Neil said that in the last clip that I had the peaches all cleaned and prepped and ready to go. And I got the jars already washed and sitting on the kitchen table, ready to go. And now I got the jar lids sitting in the pan over here, ready for me to be able to heat up when it comes time. And then over in this other pan, I got to measure out 1.5 cups of sugar to 8 cups of water, and that's going to be our syrup for the peaches. And then once I get the syrup boiling toward where they can dissolve, the sugar anyway, and then while it's doing that, then I'm going to work on getting the jars packed and ready with peaches. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and get the jars packed full here. Then after that, then I'm going to go ahead and get started on making the syrup. So it don't take long to pack these jars, so it goes pretty quick. They don't take long.
So you basically just stuff the jar full, right?
Yeah, that's all you do.
You're squishing like it's a bag of garbage, right?
A little bit.
To get as many in there as you can.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of tightly packing, but not like overkill. Okay, now we got the jars all nice packed, and I cleaned off the tops of the rims of the jars already. So that way there's no debris on it, so that way they can seal when we get our lids on. And now we're going to go ahead and get our lids started, just to get them warmed up. We'll just put it on medium heat. And then now we're going to go ahead and get our syrups made up. This is some of what's left over from last batch I made, and I need more because it's not going to be enough. So we're going to make up another batch, and that's going to consist of 1.5 cups of sugar to 8 cups of water. 1 cup. Half cup. And I've already had the water running, so I'm just going to use hot tap water just so that way it's already heated up when I get it on the burner to get it boiling. And the reason for boiling the water is to help dissolve the sugar and to help get the peaches warmed up when we go to pour the liquid in with the peaches. All that good, just we've got some left over. So we're gonna come over here and get on the big burner, and we're gonna start off on high heat right off the bat. And as for the big pan, I just already went in and lit that to go ahead and get the water simmering in the big pan for the water bath.
Well, explain to them what you mean.
Well, what I mean is that we do what's called a water bath, so you're not going to have to pressure can.
Yes, I know, but where do you have that?
In the other living room.
And what are you using to warm it up with?
My Coleman stove.
And why are you doing that?
Because this stove don't put out the heat to be able to do it.
Yes, because it has these sensitemp things that constantly turn the burner off thinking it's getting too hot. So it's very hard to keep a consistent heat.
Yep.
So if you have a stove like that, you cannot can on it.
No.
You need a Coleman stove like he's using to can.
Something that's gonna put the heat out. Not something that's gonna shut itself down every time we turn around.
And this is what he's talking about with the Coleman stove. So he has to can the stuff on here, not on the normal stove. If you have a gas stove, you're fine. But if you have any kind of a new electric stove, you can't do it.
Yeah, and of course got to stir this here so that way the sugar will dissolve. So right now we're just waiting for this to heat up and do its thing. So okay, now it's going to be time to fill the jars up with the syrup. So we're going to just do it right here on the counter. Need my poker. But yeah, I find it's easier if you got a big funnel like this and a ladle, you know, so. And you're going to want to fill your jars up to this ring right here. Alright. Now we're up to that ring. Now what we're going to want to do is make sure we get all the air bubbles out of there. So this is where this tool comes in handy at. And it's to help get out the air bubbles. And then once you get all your air bubbles out, then you add more syrup if it's needed. And in this case we only need a tiny bit more. There. One jar down. Alright, now the next step is to get our lids and bands put on.
Explain why you needed to heat these up.
Alright, the reason for heating these up is because here on the inside there's a rubber seal. And to heat them up is to soften up the rubber seals to where when you put them on, it'll take better form of the top of the jar.
Okay. And there's a magnet on the end of that black thing so he doesn't burn his fingers sticking them in the water. Yep. He got all these canning tools somewhere on Amazon, so all as a package thing. So if anybody needs them, a set of canning tools, they are on Amazon.
And for tightening them, I always say a 3-finger tight. You know, 3-finger tight, and if once your finger starts spinning, then that's tight enough.
Yeah, don't wrench it down.
Yeah, don't wrench it down because you want them to be able to breathe when they need to.
Yeah, or what will happen?
Otherwise, your jar will explode.
Yep, you don't want that.
No. Because I've had that happen before.
Yeah, that's no good.
No. You end up with a big mess when they explode.
Yeah, and wasted food.
Yeah, wasted food and a big mess, yeah. Now these are ready to go into the big pan in here.
There we go, there's the light.
Starting to steam. Alright, then we lower them in here, and when you're lowering them into your hot water, just be careful so you don't burn yourself. One more jar.
Okay, now what?
Alright, and then we wait for it to start to boil. And for pint jars, when they start to boil, you set your timer for 25 minutes.
Okay.
And then once your 25 minutes are up, then you take your jars out and set them aside to let them cool.
Okay. Okay, the 25 minutes has passed. So it's time to get them out of here.
Alright. Time to see how this stuff turns out.
Yep, there you go, canned peaches.
Looks good.
They're still boiling inside.
Oh yeah. Those.
Yep, and he's got 2 more jars. You can see the difference between the in color between the canned ones and the non-canned ones. He's got those last 2 to do. So now what?
I'm gonna switch to a smaller pan, so
Well, yeah,
I
but
just want 2 jars.
I know, but what about these jars that just came out? What's the next thing that we
The
wait
next
for?
thing to do is just let them sit and cool, and you should start hearing like a ting 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 sound or a pop sound, and then once you hear that, then that means that they're taking seal. And if none of them do take seal, you know, it's best to let them sit like maybe overnight or something and check them. And if none of them do take seal, then you want to put them in the fridge and eat them up.
All right, but you're good at canning. They're all going to take a seal.
Yeah.
There you go. There you have it. That's how to can your own peaches. It's pretty easy.
Oh yeah. It's simpler canning peaches than it is to do pickles. So.
Yeah, and the recipe that I put a link in the description to says to boil the peaches first to take the peelings off, and you don't have to do that. Just make sure your peaches are ripe enough, and they'll peel real easy.
Yeah, exactly. Just make sure they're nice and ripe. So.
Yeah, so you don't have to do that first step.
No.
So we hope that helped any of you who are out there searching for how to can peaches. And we hope you all enjoyed the video. And the best thing you can do to help us out right now is to subscribe, stay subscribed, and keep coming back and watching. And look around on our channel if you're new. There are other videos where we did stuff like this. Like I made blueberry muffins, we canned pickles, stuff like that. I'll try to make a playlist to put all that in one spot. But we're going to go ahead and say goodnight. Say goodnight.
Have a peachy of a night.
Oh, that's a new one. Normally you say good morning.
Yeah, I know.
And we'll see you next time.